So today we're talking about onomatopoeia, and onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the sound it represents. So for example, in the video that you just saw, burp, you can kind of hear that in a burp, or cackle, or thud, you could hear some of those words. So what is onomatopoeia then? Some additional examples are splash, gush, kerplunk, buzz, crash, whir, clang, hiss, purr, squeak, mumble, hush, boom, tinkle. And these let us bring out the flavor of words. It lets us hear what the sound is that the word is actually making. And the words stem from the sound they make. The Greek word literally means making. Help us hear what the author is intending for us to hear. So in this poem, The Rusty Spigot, I want you to think about, what does the author want us to experience? The author wants us to be able to hear something. What is it? Is it the sound of water, the sound of frustration, the sound of a river? So we're going to read The Rusty Spigot. The rusty spigot sputters, utters a splutter, spatters a smattering of drops, gashes wider, slash, splatter, scatter, spurts, finally stops sputtering and plash, gushes, rushes, splashes, clear water dashes. And let's take a look at this next poem, and this is called a rain dance poem. And if you think about what a rain dance is, it's a ritual that's intended to elicit rain. So somebody goes out and they do a dance hoping that it's going to rain. So this is about somebody doing a rain dance to create a poem, hoping for that creativity to come to them. So I'm going to ask you in just a minute, in this first stanza, which line has onomatopoeia? The first one, second one, third one, or fourth one? Remember, these are called lines, and this chunk as a whole is called a stanza. When a poem is born, what is the chance of words in rain, drip, drop, dance? Ping, ting, sing, pitter, patter, rhyme, rain dance acceleration makes my poem climb. Dribble, drench, drizzle, thinking on the fence. Sprinkle, splish, splash, brings balance to my sense. From sweat, sobs, and sorrow, storm, surge, steam, murky thunders blurry, cry, rage, scream. To cleanse and quench, shower, sprays, stream. Calm, cool, clear, my mind is now pristine. The earth now drenched, it grew a poetry, thoughts in water percolate. So which line from the first stanza has onomatopoeia? This first one, second one, third one, or the fourth one here? And then let's take a look at the second stanza, the second chunk of words. How many lines in this stanza have onomatopoeia? The flavor of a word, it helps to influence the tone or the mood in a poem. So let's take a look at these two poems, Cynthia and the Snow and Storm. And I want you to tell me, is the tone, the mood, the feeling the same or different in these poems? And some of the tones that we might hear are peaceful tone, nervous tone, anxious, angry, or frightened. Tone and mood are pretty much the same word. So Cynthia and the Snow. It shushes, it hushes, the loudness in the road. It flitter twitters and laughs away from me. It laughs a lovely whiteness and whitely whirls away, to be some other where, still white as milker shirts, so beautiful it hurts. And we have shushes, hushes, flitter twitters, and whirls. What is the tone there? Is it peaceful, nervous, anxious, or angry and frightened? So now let's take a look at Storm, and I want you to think about, is it the same or is it different from Cynthia in the Snow? Booming and banging thunder in the air, crashing, rumbling waves against wet rock, bombing, scraping, lighting the sky, swishing and sloshing rain on a windscreen, metallic thuds on a tin roof, swishing and swooshing the flooding roads, howling and moaning, wind attacking, wavering, crashing and sizzling, power everywhere, thudding and banging hail on every window, slamming and echoing doors in the house. So what is the tone or emotion in Storm that words like booming and banging and crashing and rumbling, howling, sizzling, banging, what kind of tone or emotion does that give us? Is it a sad tone, scary or frightening, peaceful, or happy? And then finally, we're going to take a look at a very famous poem called The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe. And it's a poem that we're actually going to hear referenced in Hate That Cat, the new book that we're reading. And I've highlighted here, I've bolded those words with onomatopoeia. And I'm going to ask you, is the tone or emotion the same or different in these stanzas? Here's one stanza, and then here's our second one right here. And then what tone or emotion do we have in the stanza about alarm bells? It's spelled in kind of a funny way, alarm, but it's alarm bells. And then the second one, which is about jingle bells, essentially. The word sledges, we're going to find out means sleigh or sled. And the word tintinnabulation is a ringing or tinkling sound. So let's go ahead and read the first one together. Hear the loud alarm bells, brazen bells. What a tale of terror now their turbulency tells. In the starlit ear of night, how they scream out their affright. Too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek out of tune. In a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, and a mad expostulation with a deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, 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 with a desperate desire, and a resolute endeavor now to sit or never, by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, bells, bells! What a tale of terror tells of despair, how they clang and crash and roar, what a horror they outpour on the bosom of the palpitating air. Yet the ear it fully knows, by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows. Yet the ear distinctly tells, in the jangling and wrangling, how the danger sinks and swells. By the sinking and the swelling and the anger of the bells, of the bells, of the bells, 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 and the clamor and the clangor of the bells. So again, I'm going to ask you at the end, is a tone or emotion the same or different in these stanzas? And then also, what tone or emotion do we have in that one? Did that sound happy, sad, scary or frightening, or uncaring? And then let's read this next one. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to tinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, time, time in a runic sort of rhyme, to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. So what kind of tone or emotion do we have in that second stanza? And again, that onomatopoeia gives us the flavor of a word, and it helps us to experience the emotion in the poem. So your assignment then for today is to finish this Ed puzzle to answer these questions. And if you're having trouble submitting the answers in Ed puzzle, you are welcome to copy and paste these into a Google document and send it to me, or even write down 1, 2, 3, 4, and your answers, either in an email or in a response or private comments or somewhere, and send that to me if you're having some issues. All right, have a great day.